we're going to be taking a look around our server, and I've got two absolutely giant builds for you guys to take a look at. But first, we're going to be taking a look at everything else that's been going on around the server in the past month. So if you want to check those two things out, you're going to need to watch that. First up is Crazy Cat's 3 aircraft, and this one is a Qantas 789 in a 100-year anniversary livery, and it does look very nice. All the details, landing gear, engines, those are the GE and X, the raked wingtips, and the Kangaroo. Next is the Airbus Beluga with the smiling whale. Look at it, so happy, so nice. Airbus XL text on the side. Super fat, super big. It looks very, very nice. Excellent job. Finally, we have a Boeing 777-300ER in an Ethiopian Airlines livery, and it looks super nice. I love how he did these GE90s. These things are just so nice to look at from the side. Just look, he did these so well. They're so clean. Raked wingtips per usual on the 777-300ER, and then he's done the tail very nicely in the Ethiopian colors. Now, while we're known for aircraft, we also do all sorts of things like buildings, and that's where Knots comes in. Knots has built us an incredible apartment block in Rotterdam. Look at this thing. It's amazing, and it just keeps on going. It keeps on going. But that's not all he's built, such as this French VTOL aircraft vertical takeoff or landing. This thing was insane. It was basically a giant plane on, I don't know what this is, a fan with a jet engine on it. It was crazy. And if you're this guy trying to fly in it, you are even more crazy. He's done these details super, super nice though. They look really, really good. I love the use of these wheels. And he also has another building in Greenwich Street, NYC. And this is very nice. I'd love to see our interior on it. Look, it even has a rooftop terrace with a little garden and a kitchen right here, where you can have all your parties, looking over at the apartments in Rotterdam. Following our storyline of non-aviation things, here's a tank made by Kid Kino. It's a Tiger in 4:1 scale, and this thing is absolutely ginormous. This thing looks glorious. He's got all the details around it, even the marks left by the tank treads. We can take a look inside, because I know he does interiors on these things. You can see where the government point is. But yeah, I think this thing does a little spinny bit, and then this is where the gun is, and it shoots right out through the front. And this looks super cool. This is where the drivers are, I think. Man, this is actually pretty spacious for a tank. I bet it's not in real life, but in Minecraft, this is pretty nice. Okay, now off of the non-plane storyline and back to some planes. We've got some of Jay's A320s, well, A320 series. This first one is an Air Inter A320. Very nice, very nice. He's got the details everywhere. Livery is super, super clean, and he has an interior too. Nice. Pretty simple. Now these are nowhere near as big as the aircraft and spacecraft that we're going to be checking out at the end of the video, but it's super cool nonetheless. And here I am in the co-pilot seat. He's leaving his European base liveries behind right now and checking out a Spirit Highlighter A319. Spirit was recently bought out by Frontier, or was going to merge with Frontier, and now it's up in the air as to where its future is gonna lie. He's got a Croatia A319 as well, and this thing looks super cool. I mean, look at this tail. I love the tail, the little checkerboard pattern with the red and the blue, just like the Croatian national football team's kit. More European airlines, as we have a A318, the little boy itself, in an Air France livery. That's so cute. Look, the wing box is even like basically in the tail cone. It's crazy how small this thing is. It's tiny. Look at the detail he has along the wing. It's insane. Finally, an Asian A321. This is a Greek airline. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but its livery's always been super cool. And they've operated quite a few A321s. Look at just how long this thing is. It's massive. Really, really good job, Jay. Nice job. Now for a little sweet spot for me, this is Pasta's Anfield replica in 1:5 scale. This thing is tiny. Just look at these cute little cars using the heads. This is so creative, and a lot of guys have been doing this lately. So yeah, this is a 1:5 Anfield in Minecraft, and it's super cute. You've even got the little Liverpool crest right there. Here we are cheering on the Reds from the cop end. And hopefully Pasta can update this one day soon, because the Anfield road end is being completely renovated to end up looking more like the main stand. But anyway, this thing is epic. Excellent job, Pasta. I'm really impressed with this one. This next one is a bit of a sadder one, because this is the An-225 built by Andres in 1:1 scale. Now, if you haven't been following the news, this thing was destroyed in the war in Ukraine, and sadly, there's not a single one left. In its time though, it was super cool and super crazy. In its time, it was modified to have 2 vertical stabilizers instead of 1, split on 2 horizontal stabilizers, and an extra 2 engines were added, and look at all those wheels to support all the weight of this massive aircraft. It's the biggest one in the world. It was so big, look at how big the nose cone is when it pops up, and there's a little ramp that you can board on from in the front. Look at how big the cargo hold is. It was crazy large. It was also intended to carry the Russian version of the space shuttle, the Buran, on its back, and that's what the 2 little humps were for. Now this thing looks hilarious, and it looks tiny compared to this massive airplane. Jai, you really outdid yourself with this one. I really love it. Finally, we're at the big stuff. Well, this is still in 1.5:1. This is still giant, but we've got one more giant thing coming up, so keep watching for that. Anyway, this is the Atlantis space shuttle in 1.5:1 scale, built by Zodiacs, and this thing is insane. He's completely outdone himself with the crawler. It's just massive, and it even has an interior. I love this little, what I can assume is a Jeep guiding the crawler along. I love this so much. The attention to detail is just amazing. It even has a little interior. I never knew this thing had a bathroom. Look, you can be on the bathroom, and then you can go up into space. Right now, I am actually driving the crawler. This place is insane. Zodiacs, this thing's amazing. Look at all the detail he has in here. And I assume this is like the engine room too? It looks like someone was playing Among Us in here. I think he's the guy. Or he is. But of course, the real treat of this one is the Atlantis space shuttle on its stand, ready to launch. This thing looks amazing. Just look at the hold down clamps. Now, that's not the only version of the shuttle we have to see. This one is in orbit with its bay doors open. Right here, you can see the Canada arm and an American flag. That is so cool. On board in the cockpit, this is where the astronauts would sit and fly the space shuttle. This is super cool. I love it. And you can see out into the horizon. Of course, the space shuttle did also have a lower deck for other astronauts, and this is where they would ride. The way he did these engines are just amazing. Really nice job, Zodiacs. And finally, here we have what I consider the highlight of this video, is this giant Boeing 748i in an Air China livery built by Gao JB. This thing is amazing. This thing was built in 2.5:1 scale, and it has all of the details you could ever ask for. The way he's done up this tail is super nice, and the livery is even nicer. I love the way that the blue stripes run along the fuselage of this. It's kind of a classic livery in my opinion. And of course you have the APU exhaust of the 748, and it looks super cool. He has every detail you could ever wish for. You have all of the control surfaces and every single little antenna on every single part of the fuselage. The rake wingtips on the 748 are also amazing. I love the way they look. They're so sleek and so clean. And then the derivative of the GE NX for the 748 on this aircraft, it looks super cool, and I love the way he did the fan blades because you can see right through the engine. And here it is on the other side, and look right through, you can see typically how you would in real life because of the high bypass ratio. He's got all of the main gears in such high detail, as well as the nose gear right over there. And it wouldn't be complete unless he also had a cargo hold. Of course, the best part on a 748i is theoretically first class in the nose cone, although I'm more of an upper deck type of guy. But this place is so cool. Here you can have your amazing service. It continues on through here to business class and all of the other classes. You have the very famous flight of stairs, although it's not a spiral anymore on the 748i to save space. And then back here you have all of economy with your typical galleys and lavatories. Finally, you have the upper deck with what appears to be more first class seating, although most airlines I believe do only business class up here, but this is super nice. And then lastly, we have the really nice looking cockpit. I love the way he's done the yokes and the front panels. They look super cool. And you've got a little bookshelf right there and the jump seats. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.